Let me share it with some folks. All right. Now, it was when Isaac grew old man Isaac, and his eyes were too dim to see, that he called Esau, his older son, and said to him, my son, here I am. What's up, Pops? He said to him, look, man, I'm old. And Esau be like, man, I know you old. You the one who can't see. I can see just fine. Yeah. All right. I know you're old. All right. But he says, I'm old. He said, I don't know the day of my death. You sure don't.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be made quite clear in just a little bit. All right. I don't know the day of my death, but I'm old. All right. He said, I don't know the day of my death. So now, please take your weapons, your quiver, and your bow. He calls his hunting, gear weapons. Huh. Interestingly enough. So it like so look here, even in the Bible, your hunting gear is called weapons for them anti-Second Amendment people. Yeah. Say like, you don't need all that to go hunt with. That ain't none of your business. My weapons and my hunting equipment are interchangeable, okay?
Yeah.
According to the Bible.
Your guns in your Bible.
That's right. Your quiver and your bow, and go out to the field and hunt me some game. Then prepare for you. Now, for you millennial gamers out there, that's not like going down out, to GameStop and getting like the next version of Call of Duty or Halo. When he says go out and get him some game, he's talking about some food, like something he can eat, Not, it's like, not something that he can stick in a cartridge that he can stick in a game console, but something he can put in his mouth. All right. Okay.
And so, for our generation, he's not talking about Monopoly.
Right. Oh boy. So then prepare. Okay, now check this out. And go out to the field and hunt me some game. Then prepare me a delicious meal that I love and bring it to me that I may eat, so that my soul may bless you before I die. So Esau, not only could he hunt, he could cook. Obviously, he could cook. It seems like Jacob is the mama's boy who could cook. But Esau can cook. He can do some grilling. All right? He's a manly man. He doesn't necessarily cook in the kitchen. He's outdoors. He cooks on the grill, So, he likes to like the big fire stuff like that. Lots of lighter fluid, big old flame and stuff like that. Esau like, yeah, all right. Brontosaurus burger. And then, so now Rebekah was listening, eavesdropping and stuff, when Isaac was speaking to Esau, his son. Interesting. It's like, and it's, and I noticed that you're going to see this a couple times, like his son, my son, it's not like their son, it's like, the favoritism here is, seems a little toxic, man. Okay.
Yeah.
But now Rebekah was listening when Isaac was speaking to Esau, his son. So while Esau went to the field to hunt game to bring in, Rebekah said to Jacob, her son, okay, mama's boy, look, I heard, and this, and the thing is, like, in like Jewish culture, you got a lot of mama's boys. This guy like started here. It's like, they mama's little prince. They treated like, royalty.
Mothers are domineering.
Right. And this is the, the thing is, this is in different cultures too. Like Greeks are like that. And, it's the same. This could be in any culture. But, so let me see, Esau's son. So while Esau went to the field. Okay, we're at 6. Rebekah said to her son, Jacob, her son, look, I heard your daddy speaking to your brother. Esau saying, bring me some game and prepare me a delicious meal that I may eat and bless you in Adonai's presence before my death. All right. So now, my son, listen to my voice, to what I'm commanding you. Go now to the flock and bring me two good young goats from there, so that I may prepare them as a delicious meal for your daddy that he'll love. Okay, wait a minute. Dang, Isaac, that's like a hungry man. Is it 2 goats? What you need 2 goats for? It's like, dude, that's a serious appetite. All right, and then now we're gonna go into that a little bit further. I'm making fun, about the 2 goats, but the thing is, obviously Isaac has a taste for something. He has a taste for game, and he's got a taste for some wild food. But Rebekah's going to prepare him some ranched food. All right. And I don't mean like when I say ranch food, I'm not talking about like, some goat meat with some ranch seasoning on it. I'm talking about, this is farm animal. So I would think that Isaac can tell the difference. And he knows the kind of food that Esau would prepare for him because he says, prepare me the dish that I love. As opposed to Rebekah is saying that she's going to prepare him something that he will love. It's going to be something, I don't know, a new thing that he's going to eat. So you got these wishy-washy factors coming in. And mind you, Isaac is poor in sight. So, these things are going to come up and it's like, but she's got it planned out. I mean, some details I think are overlooked, but at the same time, she's planning this stuff out. And I think it's weird because it seems like Jacob gets a bad rap. And it's like, this is kind of being orchestrated for him. But, like I said, he goes along with it. But we're going to go into that in just a second. Prepare young goats from there. You're going to have a goat sandwich. So that I may prepare them a delicious meal that he'll love. Then you'll bring it to your daddy to eat so that he may bless you before his death. It's, you're going to see why this is weird in just a second. Prepare and bless you before his death. Okay. But Jacob, people are like, dude, this is already weird. It's
gets weirder.
Yeah. But Jacob said to Rebekah, his mama, hey, look, my brother Esau is a hairy dude, but I'm a smooth man, right? Not smooth, S-M-O-O-T-H, smooth, S-M-O-O-V-E, smooth. I'm a smooth man, Mom. I'm smooth. All right. Well, you get your smooth on behind over here. And anyway, put this goat fur on and put on this goat. All right. Perhaps my father will touch me.
Don't.
All right. And he'll take me for a mocker, and I'll bring upon myself a curse and not a blessing. Then his mother said to him, let your curse fall on me, my son. Just listen to me and go get them for me. Go get them goats. All right. This is like a foreshadowing of the Jews when they demand for Jesus to be crucified. They say, let the wrath fall on us. Right. They're so confident in what they're doing that they're saying, hey, we're gonna call God's bluff. And you let that wrath come down on us. We want Jesus dead. All right. So this attitude comes down in throes of just wickedness by the time it gets to them. But this is where the ball starts rolling here. Let this curse fall down on me. All right. Let's see. So we went and got them and brought them to his mama. And his mother prepared a delicious meal that his father would love. Rebekah also, and like I said, it's like you would think he'd know the difference, like right off the bat, even like probably by smelling it. It's like, because I mean, Isaac is dependent on his sense of smell at this point. So it's like, that ain't no game. Smell kind of good though, but that ain't wild game.
Yeah.
That's some goat, right? Grilled goat. I don't know, grilled. How'd you cook it? Let me see. His mother prepared that he would love. Rebekah also took her elder son Esau's favorite clothes that were with her. It's like, Esau, you got some favorite clothes? That's it. It's like a manly man of the field. But hey, Mom, I want my shirts pressed. All right? And make sure you hang them right. I don't want you to hang them on those weird hangers that leave nipples in my shoulders and stuff like that. I want you to be very careful about my clothes, Mom.
My tunics.
Yeah, but Esau's got some favorite clothes. Okay. Along with, let me see. Dang it, lost my place again, being class clown. And they were in the house, took her elder, there we go, favorite clothes that were with her in the house. And she put them on her younger son, Jacob, along with the skins of the young goats on his hands and on the hairless parts of his neck, goat neck. All right.
That's why they needed 2 goats.
And there you go. So it wasn't like, Isaac had this huge, hungry man appetite where he was going, where he's going to scarf down 2 goats, 2 plates of goat meat. One of the goats, Rebekah had this planned out. One of the goats for eating. The other goat was for making a goat soup.
Goat soup.
And when, let me see. Lost place again. Be a class clown. All right. Then came his father said, okay, there we go. So she put the delicious meal and the bread that she had prepared in the hand of Jacob, her son. Then he came to his daddy and said, hey, Pops. And he said, I'm here. I ain't going anywhere. I'm blind and stuff. And so, who are you, my son? Oh, and Jacob's like, dang, let me try to put on my Esau voice. And it's like, it ain't working. Then Jacob said to his father, I'm your firstborn. I'm your firstborn, Dad. I've done just what you said, I went out, in the woods and scratched a little bit and, and then I got naked, so I could be really one with the wild out there in the field. I got naked and stuff, and I killed a boar with like my bare hands, It was awesome. I got it on video. Then Isaac said to his son, how in the world were you able to find it so quickly, my son? Oh, Daddy, I didn't think about Mom. Mom didn't think about dang, Mom.
Yeah.
All right. So he said, because Adonai, your God, made it happen for me. Now, I'm wondering if is this attitude coming from Jacob, or is he trying to, put on Esau's mindset? Esau, as we come to discover, he's a heathen. He liked them Canaanite women, right? He's heathen. Okay. And it doesn't seem like the God of Abraham and Isaac is, a God that, he chooses for himself. So that maybe, I'm not, like I said, I'm speculating, guys. I don't want to just like say, hey, that's absolutely what it is. We just go hear the word of God and we speculate on it. And hopefully, the Lord will reveal the truth to us. But I'm just wondering, in this right here, is he trying to put on Esau's attitude, or is this his own? So he says, because Adonai, your God, made it happen for me. And this is kind of like a recurring theme in the Bible, because you'll have people who see that, oh, you're a man of God. Like Joseph was seen as this man of God. And the servants, were seen by kings as these men of God. But these kings didn't take that God for themselves.
Yeah. Okay?
So in this right here, you can probably see that played out with the sons. It's like, your God. It's not my God, but your God. And I'll give your God his propers, but I just haven't recognized him as my God yet. Wow. Then Isaac said this even set a precedence for, even the Hebrews, when you got Moses that's going to go up the mountain to talk to God, he'll be back a little bit. And it didn't take long before it was like, okay, you're not our God anymore. We got this calf, this golden calf that we're going to make. All right. So this kind of like setting up, a foreshadowing of this reoccurring thing that's going to happen. Oh, we got God, but you know what? We're his chosen and stuff like that, but you're not our God. We're going to take these gods, let's see. 25? 21. Yeah, 21. Sorry. Then Isaac said to Jacob, please come closer so I can feel you, my son. It's weird. Whether or not you're really my son Esau. Here.
Feel your goat.
Goat. All right. So Jacob came closer to his father Isaac, and he felt him. Then he said, the voice is Jacob's. You ain't got enough bass in your voice, though. He said, he's Jacob's. You ain't got enough bass in your voice to be Esau, man. It's like something, kind of nasally about you or something, right? Then he said, the voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are Esau's hands. He did not recognize him because his hands were like the hairy hands of his brother Esau. Hairy-handed Esau. So he blessed him, but he said, are you really my son Esau? Now, what's the lesson in here? Here it is, and this has happened before, y'all. And you guys are going to be like, oh, for sure. You got Isaac, who is not, well in sight, and he's got this doubt. And it's like, the first thing that came to my head, it's like, look, man, if you think this is Jacob and you're not sure if it's Esau, why didn't you just say, hey, I'm not sure who you are, man. Go get your brother.
Yeah.
I want to know for sure who I'm talking to before I bust out with this blessing. Yeah. I want to know. Because something's strange right here. And at least I'll be comforted by knowing that both of you guys are here. But then I was like, wait a minute. You know what? That's not it. That's not it. The real deal is that Isaac should have asked for God. It's like, dude, it's like not even his brother. It's like, look, Isaac, before you hand out this blessing, don't you think you ought, if you're not sure, don't you think you ought to seek the counsel of God? It ain't like y'all don't talk to each other.
Yeah.
Right? And this keeps happening. It keeps happening from Abraham from Adam, from flipping Adam to Abraham to Isaac. It's like, dude, you get the luxury of talking to God. He speaks to you. All right? Why didn't Isaac be like, hey, you know what? I'm going to need God in this situation. That's a lesson for all of us.
Yeah.
You know, we need God in the situation. And this was an opportunity for Isaac to do that. And he didn't do it.
Yeah.
All right. So it's like, I'll bring God in for the blessing. Hey, God, you can be an audience for the blessing that I'm going to do. But I'm not going to seek your counsel.
Wow. Oh.
Weird. So let's see. Now and also this blessing, I guess it wasn't valid because as we know, there was this arbitrary agreement between Jacob and Esau. Esau just wants some red stew. He wants it so bad. He wants to be gratified so immediately that he forsakes his birthright. You know, and makes this arbitrary sale. I guess it ain't valid yet because this has to be blessed by their father in order for it to be valid. So, but I guess in the extreme rhetoric, you know, of wanting to satisfy, you know, his appetite, you know, he makes this deal with him. But doesn't that speak that now this is a picture, the moral of the story is that we take for granted what is ours. We have salvation. And we treat it, I mean, it's like we were reborn. Upon being reborn, we got a birthright. And our birthright is the kingdom. Amen. We've inherited that. And, you know, when you got people out there, but the thing is, you got people out there who, on one end, just ignore God and ignore Jesus, what Jesus has given us, what He's made available to us. And people are like, I don't want it. And then you got people who do call on the name of the Lord and pay Him lip service. He's like, I'll spit y'all out of my mouth. I don't know you. Hey? Treating their birthright like it's, you know, like it ain't no thing.
Yeah.
So, and then these people are going to have the nerve to be mad when their birthright is not available to them. Bible says so. These people are going to be cursing God for all eternity. Going to be weeping, gnashing the teeth, right? Going to be mad because they took their birthright for granted. Didn't want to pay, didn't want to subscribe to, didn't want to be involved, you know? So this right here, what's happening with Esau is a picture of that. Because Esau going to get a major case of butthurt when he finds out that his blessing is gone.
Yeah.
All right? He's like, you should have taken that for granted, man. Let's see. So now then he said, bring it to me and I'll eat some of my son's wild game. Hey, this is good. It ain't no wild game, though. It's tasty and stuff like that. Because, you know, I mean, there's a difference, you know, that gamey flavor versus, you know, ranch-raised food, you know. Yeah. Not that I'm a connoisseur of meat or anything like that, you know. I just enjoy a good cheeseburger, you know. But anyway, so he brought him to him and ate, and he brought him some wine, and he drank. Got his drink on. Then his father Isaac said to him, please come closer and kiss me, my son. Oh, come on, Dad. Don't make it weird, man. Just eat freaking food. All right? All right, kiss me, my son. So he came closer and kissed him. Then he smelled the smell of the clothes. Blessed him. He said, behold, the odor of my son's odor. You have the odor of the field. Smell it. Goat odor. All right, behold, the smell of my son is like the smell of the field that Adonai has blessed. May God give you from the dew of the sky and from the fatness of the land an abundance of grain and new wine. May peoples serve you and may nations bow down to you. Be master over your brothers. May your mother's sons bow down to you. May those who curse you be cursed. And may those who bless you be blessed. Okay, now we understand that this is generational. This is something that's going to transcend generations. This is a prophecy that's going to come true through these generations. But at the same time, there's something about this that seems very contemporary. If we're saying, be master over your brothers, Well, as far as we know, Jacob's only got one brother. What do you mean master over your brothers? Esau is the only brother that we know of. And then it's further substantiated that he's got multiple brothers because it says, may your mother's sons. All right, it sounds like he's got multiple brothers.
Yeah.
All right. Now, could he be talking about, could this be generational, meaning that he's speaking of what's going to happen with Joseph? Because Joseph's brothers are going to bow down to him. All right. So is he talking about that? I don't know. But here's the thing. Rebekah's death, I don't think is spoken of in the Bible. If y'all know where it is, let me know. But I don't think Rebekah's death is spoken of in the Bible. But Rebekah's nanny's death was. So it's like there must have been something important. There's something so important about the nanny that her death would be documented over Rebekah's death. What that leads me to believe is that not only was Rebekah's death not mentioned, but maybe the fact that I shouldn't say fact, but maybe the possibility that she had other sons. Now, remember we were talking about Isaac. Isaac is preparing to die.
Yeah.
He's about 80 years old, and it sounds like the dude's going to die. Isaac lived another 100 years. Yeah, dude, you do not know the day of your death. You lived another 100 years. He died at 180. Okay? So between that time, it is quite possible that Isaac and Rebekah had some more kids. They just weren't spoken of. The same way that Rebekah's death wasn't spoken of.
Yeah.
Is that possible? You know, I don't think it's far-fetched.
No, it's not.
We hear of parties having children that their names aren't mentioned and stuff like that. But like I said, I don't think I'm taking liberties here. I don't think I'm doing that because it's already said that Jacob has brothers, not just one brother. His mother has sons aside from him. Okay, may your mother's sons bow down to you. There's going to be multiple sons. Like I said, it's possible that he may be talking about the prophecy of Joseph and his brothers, but there's something that doesn't stick about that. So just weighing the possibilities there. Let's see. No sooner had Isaac finished blessing Jacob, and Jacob had just gone out from his father Isaac's presence, then Esau, his brother, came in from hunting. Then he also prepared a delicious meal and brought it to his daddy. And he said, hey, Pops, get on up, man. I got you some wild game so your soul may be satisfied and you can bless me. And it's like, that had to be quick too. I mean, he was just marveling at how fast Jacob brought him something to eat. Esau went, hunted some food, prepared it, cooked it, brought it to him, and did it right out there. It's like, how come he didn't like, dang, man, that was fast? I figured he would have been gone like a few more hours or something like that. But no, he came in right after his brother. But I guess the thing is Jacob's probably not thinking about that. He's probably tripping. He's like, dang, well, I just ate. Well, who are you? You know? That's probably what he's thinking about. And that's exactly what he said. Who are you? Who you is? And he said, hey, man, I'm your son Esau. I'm your firstborn. Your firstborn Esau. Now he says firstborn. That's what we was wondering. Did Jacob and Rebekah have kids before Esau and Jacob? You know, for them to have these multiple brothers, but he lets him know we can rule that out because I'm your firstborn. Esau says he's the firstborn, and which we learned earlier on, but it's just further substantiated that there were no children before that. And also, I want to take into account, y'all, that it is possible. I mean, the reason why I thought that was going to go down that road is because between Isaac and Rebekah, they were repeating the same pattern. Rebekah was like barren for like 20 years. And we saw what happened before. With Abraham and Sarah, barren for so long, it's like, hey, Abraham, you're going to go into my handmaid and you're going to have some kids. So with Isaac and Rebekah, it might have been the same dynamic. I was speculating. I don't think it adds up. I'm just letting you know what my speculation about how I was thinking, before I came to the conclusion that it didn't. So you had the nanny Rebekah's nanny is mentioned. And I was wondering why she was mentioned, because I wonder if it was possible that Rebekah had the nanny bear children for Isaac. I mean, the nanny's even mentioned, her death is even mentioned. So following the pattern of those before her who would say, go into my servant or something like that to have kids, it stood to reason that it would stand a similar pattern here. But that's not the way it plays out. Esau lets us know that he's the firstborn.
Yeah.
Unless he's talking about the firstborn of Rebekah. That's possible too. I don't know. Just put it out there. I think the bottom line is they have more brothers.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Then Isaac trembled with intense trembling. He was mad and probably scared to death too. So, oh man, I hope Esau don't kill me. But he was mad. All right. And said, who was it then that hunted wild game and brought it to me? I ate it all just before you came, and I blessed him. And yes, he will be blessed. When Esau heard his father's words, he shouted with an intensely bitter groan. Then he said to his daddy, bless me too, my father, bless me. Then he said, your brother came deceitfully and took your blessing. It's like, you know, it's like Jacob's got this bad rap, man. It's like, you know, it's like first when Jacob first took his blessing or his birthright, he did it up front.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like Jacob really put himself up to this. It's like he was put up to it. You know, but hey, you know, he went along with it. He could have said, you know, Mom, no, I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that, Mom.
Yeah.
But you know, he should have. But obviously there's a lot of shoulda going on in here. You know, it's like what should have done. And that's why it's like we look at this in your hindsight, it's 2020. We look at this and say, maybe, you know, we probably shouldn't do that. It doesn't turn out good. But in the hand of God, it's all going to work out. We just really going the long way around with this. You know, it could have been, you know, it could have been just like one direct route to paradise, you know, before the fall of man. Yeah. Like we were supposed to come into existence, you know, paradisically. Now we got to do it the hard way. All right. God's going to work it out. He's working it out. All right. Then he said, your brother came deceitfully. He said, this is why he was named Jacob. So Esau's like, no wonder his name is Jacob, since he tricked me twice already. It's like, dude, come on, man. He was a baby. You know, he didn't know what he was doing. Just grabbing on you, dude. All right. My birthright, he's taken. Look. Now he's taking my blessing. Then he said, haven't you saved a blessing for me? Well, all of a sudden this blessing is important to you now, man.
Yeah.
Isaac, you know, he should have just said, you want some soup? Esau should have been happy with that. It's like, look, man.
You're right.
Yeah,
you should have said that.
It's like, that's what you really like. You like soup.
Yeah.
I got some, hey, Rebekah, hook up this boy with some red soup so he'll calm down. Good. Soup is good food. Yeah, he would have been like that happy kid in that commercial, like big smile on his face, eating some soup. Right? Let's see. We could come out with a soup line and call it Esau's soup.
Esau's red stuff.
Esau's red stuff soup. All right, stew. All right.
So good you'll trade your birthright.
That's the tagline right there. That is the tagline right there. Soup so good you'll sell your birthright. Good. All right. Let's see. I provided him with grain and I made him master over you and all your brothers. So there it goes again. We got more brothers. Yeah. It's like, so I don't know if that's, I mean, once again, one could, you know, insist that, no, it's talking about generation, this is going to be fulfilled with the generation that follow, like with Joseph and stuff like that. But I think he's talking to them. Yeah. I think he's talking, it's like, yo, they got more brothers. Isaac lived to be 180. 100 years after he was like, yeah, I'm about to die, man. I'm going to die. I can't see nothing. I don't know the day of my death. Yeah, you surely don't know.
Don't.
Yeah, you really don't know. 100 more years. I think they had some more kids, y'all. I'm serious. Okay. And your brothers I've given to him as servants. I provided him with grain and new wine. What then can I do for you, my son? Want some soup? Or sorry. Esau said to his daddy, do you just have one blessing? You know I'm going to say soup again. My father, bless me too. Bless me too, my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept.
Oh.
Then Isaac, his father, said to him, behold, away from the fat of the land's fatness shall your dwelling be, away from the dew of the sky above. By your sword shall you live, and your brother shall you serve. But when you tear yourself loose, you will tear his yoke off your neck. Now, Carrie had pointed out that, wow, was this the blessing that Jacob was supposed to receive? I mean, because Jacob got what Esau was supposed to get, so was this what was supposed to be left over for Jacob? It's like, I mean, talk about, one being a mama's boy, one being like, this the chip off the old block right here. This is my son. This is my man right here. Jacob is Jacob. That's Rebekah's kid. So it's like, that's what you was gonna leave over for Jacob. It's like, look, y'all, favoritism ain't a good thing. Don't be playing favorites with your kids. It's like, love them. I know your kids are different. You're gonna love your kids different and stuff like that. But loving them different, but favoring kids, that's not a good. Try not to do that. Yeah.
The Bible shows how it doesn't work out well.
Doesn't work out good. All right. Now there's hope in this message right here, because it says, but when you tear yourself loose, you will tear his yoke off your neck. So it's mean like, you don't have to live a condemned life, y'all. You know what I'm saying? You can call on the Lord, beg for his, because that's what it's going to take. It's going to take Esau forgiving Jacob, and Esau does, and when he does, man, he's a new man. He's free. I mean, he takes his freedom and he goes and still gets down with them Canaanite women, but he's not a servant. He's not enslaved anymore. He's not this bitter nomad that's enslaved by vengeance. All right. Yeah. So he's free. So we don't want to be that person. We don't want to be, the yoke of like unforgiveness on our neck. So Esau bore a grudge right here. Okay? So Esau, that's his yoke. All right. He's got murder on his mind. Yeah. So Esau bore a grudge against Jacob because of the blessing with which his father had blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, let the time for mourning my father draw near, so that I can kill my brother Jacob. Now, speaking of brothers, now remember we was talking about when Isaac said, your mother's sons. Now, Isaac was mad about this. He was real mad. And I wonder, and also considering that Rebekah, her death wasn't mentioned. So it doesn't even say that Jacob was with her or oversaw her burial or anything like that. I wonder if he divorced her privately over this. I wonder. Just the same way, like, could it be a foreshadowing of with Joseph and Mary when they had this, this discrepancy, and Joseph wanted to divorce her privately. All right. I wonder if in this it was the same, and she had other sons that just aren't really spoken of. It was a private separation of affairs here. So I'm wondering about that, because they did have other brothers, but I wonder if they separated over this ordeal. Let's see. But as perhaps, I'm hoping that, we'll read further and more clarity will come on that. Let's see. Now Rebekah was reported, now to Rebekah was reported the words of Esau, her elder son. So she sent and called for Jacob, her younger son, and said to him, hey, look, your brother's about to kill you. All right, this is how he's chilling himself out with killing you. Esau is convincing himself about you. He's consoling himself about you with thoughts of killing you. So now, my son, listen to my voice. Get your behind up and gone. All right, flee to Laban, my brother in Haran. Then stay with him a few days. It's going to turn out to be a long time. Yeah. At some point. Until your brother's rage subsides. Until your brother's rage turns away from you and he forgets what you've done to him. Wait a minute. What you did to him.
Yeah.
It's like, all of a sudden, Jacob is like the full. Well, I mean, hey, you don't want Esau's wrath to come down on your mom, but it's like, dude, hey, mom, you put him up to this.
Yeah.
Don't say like it's all you did this to him. Like, dang, man, you like that's the kind of mom needs to be on the Jerry Springer show. Yeah, it's like you a dysfunctional mom, you know. Anyway, he forgets what you've done to him. Then I'll send for you and get you back from there. Why should I lose both of you in one day? All of a sudden, she's got some feelings for Esau. She remembers that it's that he's her son too. Jeez. Then Rebekah said to Isaac, this where does this come from? This was like in the last chapter. It's like, where does this come from? It's like all of a sudden we jump to here. Then Rebekah said to Isaac, I'm disgusted with my life because of the daughters of Heth. Heth meaning dread. So it's like, obviously, this is a dreadful thing to Rebekah. If Jacob takes a wife from the daughters of Heth, like these women from the daughters of the land, what life is there for me? So I guess she's trying to take the focus off of what has been done. And, just trying to, transfer it to something else to take his mind off. Maybe she's trying to, maybe Isaac is just like really, really mad, and she's trying to give Isaac something. Since he's already mad, give him something else to be mad about. All right, so people do that in relationships. All of a sudden try to shift the argument or shift the anger to something else. Make something that somebody else is doing that's so displeasing that ain't got nothing to do with you. So the focus on you is this person ain't gonna be mad at you now. And then they shift it on to somebody else. Yeah. We manipulate. We do stuff like that. Knock that stuff off. All right. I ain't gonna try to, and I'm not gonna try to say that I probably done it too. Lord help me. I hope I don't do that stuff now. I'm looking at my wife like, have I done that? I'll do that. Do I do that? Yeah. She looking at me like, do y'all do that? You better not.
You got no shoes to throw.
I know. You should probably throw the cat at me. Get off my... All right, let's see. Okay, that's it. We got it. We got through it. Oh, and did it in only 45. I hope it didn't seem like a long 45 minutes. Went by quick.
I think it went by quick.
Did it? All right.
Yes.
All right, y'all. Well, I hope you had a groovy time with our Bible trip. Remember what I said earlier. Get the word of God in you. Don't leave him out. All right. Have me a cheeseburger.
Yay.
Thanks, y'all. And remember, y'all, hey, your support, share this stuff. You want to leave a tip in the tip jar? I ain't trying to be soliciting and stuff like that, but the message is free. Delivering it isn't.
The Wi-Fi is.
So you guys could, help me keep these messages coming. Just trying to do my part. There's so much support for the corruption of this country. There's so much support for it. It's just obviously in demand. It would be so awesome if there was more support for the preservation. And what preserves is the Word of God.
Amen.
I want us to have a republic. I want us to enjoy living here.
Yes.
I want us to enjoy what we're blessed with. Get ripe and ready for it so we can all party in the kingdom, man. I don't want folks left behind. I don't want to see people. I mean, it's gonna happen anyway. But on my watch though, I want to do my part to make sure that we're partying with the Almighty.
Amen.
It's gonna suck, knowing that people. It does suck knowing that people are gonna be weeping and gnashing their teeth and stuff like that. Yeah. That sucks. And I ain't a touchy feely mushy guy. I'm not that kind. But despite this rugged exterior that I project, I do care about the salvation of people. It's part of why I do this. I got that good news, baby.
Yes.
And I want to tell folks about it. I want to rock the gospel, man. I want people to realize that Jesus is really the life of the party. And so your support is greatly appreciated, so I can keep gas in the delivery truck. Get this stuff on out.